Hello, this is Griffin McElroy. You may remember me from my overview video of Hearthstone, which I played like an idiot child. And boom goes the dynamite. Okay, Hearthstone. This is kind of the Hearthstone experience of just like soul-crushing defeat. The good news is I've gotten better. Not like a lot better, but the number of terrible mistakes I make in a given game has decreased significantly. So in this video, I'd like to pass along as much advice as I can to folks who just started playing Hearthstone to help you climb from the pit of humiliation that I only recently scaled. This first tip is going to sound like a cop-out, but it really is the first thing you have to do to get better. You have to learn what every class can do. Unlock all 9 classes in the game by playing against them in practice mode, and get each class to level 10 to familiarize yourself with them and unlock all their basic cards. Play against other players, a lot, in constructed and arena play. You'll knock out a lot of quests that way, allowing you to purchase expert packs and amass a sizable collection. If you want to start specializing in a class, look at which class you found the most cards for, because that might just be the best place to start. An important step to really making headway in constructed deck play is to craft some better cards. You shouldn't craft any class-specific cards until you've bought some useful general cards that you can use across all of your decks. You may be tempted to drop some arcane dust on one of your class's powerful abilities, but if you decide to go for a daily quest using a class you're inexperienced with, expert neutral cards can give you a real leg up. There are a few common rarity cards that are hugely useful and won't set you back much dust. Fairy Dragon is a popular 2-cost card with 3 attack, and it can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, making it a difficult card to remove early on. The Harvest Golem is similarly hard to clear. It's a 3-cost card with 2 attack and spawns another 2-attack minion upon death. The Dark Iron Dwarf is another great common card, costing 4 mana for 4 attack and giving a fellow minion a 2-attack boost for 1 turn. It might be just what you need to help you clear one of your opponent's expensive minions with a cheap minion of your own. If you have a bit more dust to throw around, consider picking up a rare card like Defender of Argus. It's a 4-cost card with relatively low stats, but it turns its 2 adjacent minions into taunters with +1 health and attack. It's great for beefing up a team or for building a wall in front of rush decks. The Argent Commander will win you a lot of games. It costs 6 mana for only 4 attack, but it has Charge, allowing it to attack the turn it's played, and Divine Shield, allowing it to survive its first hit. Azure Drake is considered one of the most efficient cards in the game. It's a 5 mana 4/4 card that lets you draw a card, and it boosts your spell power by 1. Because of its variety of uses, it's a handy card to have in a countless number of situations. Finally, some advanced trading card game concepts to keep in mind when you're battling other players: card advantage and tempo. Keep in mind, these aren't hard and fast rules and won't be applicable with certain strategies, but in a lot of cases, they'll help you make good decisions on your turn. We'll start with card advantage, which is the easiest concept to grasp. Basically, you want to have more cards in your hand and on the board than your opponent. In Hearthstone, more cards equals more potential strategies you can execute and a better chance you can counter whatever your opponent is throwing down. If you lose a lot of games with no cards in your hand, you probably need to adjust your deck to improve its advantage. To do that, take a look at your deck's mana curve, its distribution of cards at varying costs. If you're burning through your hand, consider swapping out some of your low-cost cards for higher-cost powerhouses. If you're still running dry, try adding some card-drawing spells and minions to your deck. Good decks aren't built around a single strategy. They're built around several main strategies and counter strategies, but none of that really matters if you don't have options because you ran out of cards. The other concept is tempo, which is a universal trading card game idea based around spending your mana as efficiently as possible while forcing your opponent to spend their mana as inefficiently as possible. You hear the term trading on forums a lot, and tempo plays into that. One of the core tenets is to use your lower value cards to cancel out your opponent's higher value cards, and forcing your opponent to do the opposite. You want cards that give you the absolute most bang for your buck, whether that's high stats or special abilities. In simple terms, you want to try and get 1 attack for each mana you spend, making sure that you try to spend every mana gem available to you every turn. For example, Chillwind Yeti is a basic card with good tempo, costing 4 mana for 4 attack, and it has 5 health, making it a bit more survivable. Cards with effects but low stats like Defender of Argus can boost the tempo value of your other cards. By adding attack to your cheaper minions, you can start trading them for more expensive minions, a transaction that almost always results in a net tempo gain. By maintaining control of the board, you can dictate what trades for what, ensuring that you can make the most favorable trade possible during the round. By forcing your opponent into unfavorable trades and making shrewd use of your class's single and multi-target removal spells, you'll find yourself gaining both card advantage and tempo over your opponent. If you can manage to maintain both throughout the match, your odds of winning are going to skyrocket. That's just a basic rundown on some of Hearthstone's advanced concepts. There are a ton of resources online to help you put them into context for each class in the game. Again, they're not always applicable. For instance, if you're running a Murloc Rush deck, you don't have to worry so much about your card advantage. You do have to worry about burning in hell though, because that's where people who use Murloc Rush decks go when they die.